Hello Daily Drafters and welcome back to the channel for today's Daily Draft. We're continuing this week with Phyrexia All Will Be One Premier Drafts and on quite a bit of a tear still. I think we got 4 out of 6 trophies in our last 6 drafts, and one of those drafts was a 5-3 that we didn't trophy in, so we're on a roll and we're looking to continue it here with a lot of black cards for our first pack in this draft. Not a lot of great black cards. Phyrexian Arena, I just don't think this is the format for Phyrexian Arena. Strangely enough, the pick here might be Crawling Chorus, which is kind of not the most fun thing in the world. I mean, I have yet to draft Red-Black, and Charforger goes so late because Red-Black is not very open most of the time. I just don't think Phyrexian Arena is where we want to be. This is a boring pick, but Crawling Chorus is great in white decks, and I mean, I'm just gonna go ahead and take it here. Well, now there's a Bladehold War Whip, and I think that's by far and away the best card in this pack, like, without question. There's really nothing even competing with it. I mean, Trawler Drake is, like, fine in some blue decks, but also pretty bad in some blue decks. Pestilent Siphoner seemed like it would be good early in the format, and now it's not very, so I'm just gonna take the best card in this pack and continue along that route. Well, equipped creature has double strike. Well, that doesn't really do much with the duelist here, but if we're going to go into some sort of red-white deck, duelist and equipment will be great together. Maybe Lightbringer or Aspirant Wheels. I mean, cards that will probably go here will be Dune Mover, Hive Master, Whisper, Stalker, because that's the only green card. A lot of blue here, but not a lot of great blue. I think Jawbone Duelist is the best card in this pack, so I'm just going to go ahead and take that as well. Hexgold Slash, pick number 4. Hello. Let's do that. Hazardous Blast, probably not going to wheel, but would love a copy of it in this style of deck. Lightbringer could wheel. Dune Mover. Love me a Dune Mover. We'll go ahead and take Hexgold Slash there. Not particularly close. Best common in the format. And, yeah, not a bad start. Crawling Chorus is not the best in, like, red-white, but it's a 1-drop that dies into another 1/1, so, I mean, it can pressure your opponent. Bladehold War Whip is just a great reason to be red-white. Such a good card. Alright, well now there's not a lot for really anyone. Maybe we take Terramorphic Expanse and we go into, like, green-red splashing a War Whip or something. I'm really not going to miss either of these cards, I don't think. There's a Skitterling. You know what? I wonder if the Charforger wheels. If the Charforger wheels, maybe red-black splashing War Whip could be open, in which case Skitterling would be pretty good. I'm going to try to go for that upside pick there. I mean, Charforger has been wheeling so much this format. I mean, I actually got a last pick Charforger a few times. I've never seen it on the battlefield, and I've never cast it. So, I guess there's a reason for that. Well, it's unexciting, but securing up a copy of Hazardous Blast in any red deck is pretty important. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and take this one here. There's a couple of lands, but we don't really know that we are either of these colors yet. There's also a Prophetic Prism to think about splashing, but we'll go ahead and just take that there. Alright, we have Cackler and Free From Flesh here. I think I'm going to take the Cackler. I wouldn't mind playing both of these cards, honestly. Well, I wonder if Free From Flesh is just better. We're not locked into black at all. And having a combat trick, even in red-white, is still pretty good. I'm going to take the combat trick here. Alright, so Lightbringer and Aspirant we're not on the wheel yet, but both have come back this late, which is good news for us. There's a lot of Lightbringers that could come around, which is why I'm going to take this Aspirant here. And let's see if Charforger made it. It did not. So, red-black probably slightly contested here. So we'll go ahead and just take the Splitter. Not a card I particularly like, but I mean, it is an equipment. Goes well with Jawbone Duelist at the very least. So I'll take these two here. Lightbringer did wheel, so that's good news for us. So yeah, as we transition into pack 2 here, if you are new here to the channel and you don't know what we do here, we draft at least 3 times a week in the most recent released Magic set, and right now that is Phyrexia All-in-One. Got a lot of drafts of that here on the channel. And if you're still here and haven't watched any videos yet, clearly something's going right. So go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you're not already. It'd be greatly appreciated. We are on the race to 1,000 subscribers, and as I've been saying the last several drafts here, YouTube is making all the money off of me, and I get none of it until we get to 1,000 subscribers. So if you think I deserve to be rewarded for the content creation that I make, a quick subscription is all that's needed to pay back the channel. So thanks so much for your consideration as we dive into pack 2 here. With an interesting one. Urbrask's Anointer is good with oil. However, we're not looking to be much of an oil deck. There's another Goldthorn's Helm, but that likely wheels. There's a Blazing Crescendo, which could wheel, but there's a Volt Charge here, and I think I'm just going to take the Volt Charge. Yeah, I think it's just got to be Volt Charge here. Is there a world where we're blue-red and we take Ovika? That's a 7-mana card. That's kind of ridiculous. That's a pretty darn good effect. I think red-white aggro is just going to be better, though. Well, there's the Charforger. Mandible Justiciar in an equipment deck is pretty good. We've already got 4 artifacts, so this is a good 2-drop here. There's a Basilica, but I don't think a red-white deck wants to play any tap lands. There's also another Crawling Chorus, but I think Justiciar is exactly what we want here. Well, there's some good cards. There's Viral Spawning Edict and Contagious Vorak. However, none of that is for us. So, probably just Cackler or just take an Expanse here. Like, I'm not playing Vanish into Eternity. We don't have really any oil except for the Free From Flesh. So the Cackler is like not great. I'm just going to take the land. Maybe we play it, maybe we don't. Ooh, hello, Bladehold Warwhip number 2. I would love a copy of Dune Mover in this deck. It's just a 2-drop that can guarantee our 3rd land. But not taking it over Bladehold Warwhip number 2. Cankerbloom is pretty late for a good Cankerbloom. Against all odds, we don't have good combos with that. Orthodoxy, Enforcer, Zealot's Conviction, Axiom Engraver, I guess is a card we could play. Everything else here is really not for us. Now there's a bunch of red and white. Non-creature spell. I might just take the Mirren Bardiche over the Sawblade Scamp. Our curve is not great right now, though, so we'll have to keep that in mind. But another equipment is pretty good for us. Forge Hammer Centurion, I don't think is going to be playable. Maybe we could play a Furnace, but probably hoping not to. Plated Onslaught. We need more creatures, but this could be a Plated Onslaught deck. Although we already have a Hazardous Blast, and that kind of does the same thing. You know what? I'm going to take the Onslaught here. I don't know if I'm going to play it, though. Well, that's a late Sentry. Okay, so all 3 of these did wheel. I think I'm going to take my first copy of Dune Mover. It's a 2-drop. It guarantees our 3rd land drop when we have it. I wouldn't mind playing either of these cards, though. But I'm going to go ahead and take the Dune Mover. Well, this Charforger wield. We have a Terramorphic Expanse. I'm not playing anything else here, so I'm just going to take it. I don't think I'm going to splash it, but maybe there's a world where we open like some bomb black card and we just switch to red-black. Probably not, though, with double War Whip here. Well, nothing here. I'll just go ahead and let everyone know that blue's open. So Thrill of Possibility, probably not a card I want to include in a deck like this, but it's an option. Okay, I guess against all odds, but again, I don't think that's good in our deck. And a second Thrill. So what do we find in pack 3? We find a Glissa, but we are wildly far away from that. Same with Necrogen Rot Priest and Viral Spawning. If this person's in green-black to the next of us, they're going to hate this. They're going to be like, I want all these cards, and then just end my draft. I guess we're taking another Volt Charge over a Furnace Strider here. Again, we will need to up our creature count, but I think this is good enough to take over Furnace Strider. So I'm going to go ahead and do that here. Don't need 2 Hazardous Blasts. So I think I'm going to take the Hex Gold Hoverwings. I did just remember that our creature count is at 9. However, we do have Gold Ward's Helm, Bladehold War Whip, and 2 Volshock Splitters and a Mirren Bardiche. So, like, it's more like 15. But we'll take the Hoverwings. A dud of a pack 3, that's for sure. Our 3-drop slot is quite crowded, so I might just take the Enforcer, and I'm hoping to really not play anything in this pack, if we're being honest. Another dud. This is looking unfortunate for us. I guess we can play this in the 2-drop slot, though. We need a couple of 2-drops. Alright, well, there's a Furnace Punisher, so that's pretty good. 3 mana, 3/3 Menace with some flavor text. There's also a Blazing Crescendo, which I wouldn't mind playing, but we do need just some good creatures here. This wears equipment well, so... yeah, I don't think this whole Charforger thing's going to work out. Chimney Rebel, good card. Going to take it. Not really a toxic deck, so Complete Devotion's not the combat trick we're looking for here. This could just be white-white. I mean, we have like 10 artifacts already. With the amount of equipment, this might be a 17 land deck, which means I can run a single copy of Thrill just to help us out a little bit. Okay, so I don't think Flesh Cutter's a good equipment. It just, we need equipment that just comes with creatures as well. So I'm going to take my second Aspirant here. I think that's fine. Again, I don't think I want 2 copies of Hazardous Blast, so I'm just going to take a second Mirren Bardiche as more equipment for us. Molten Rebuke. We have double Volt Charge and Hex Cold Slash, so I don't think we need that. I'll take this in case we decide to play it. Could have had 3 or 4 Hazardous Blasts. I don't think we need... I mean, if you cast a single Hazardous Blast, you usually just win. So, I mean, 1 I think is fine. So we'll take another Mirren Bardiche. Take a Cackler here. Figure out how to build this deck that didn't entirely get there. Okay, so it's probably a 17 land deck because of all the equipment. I don't think we need 3 tap lands here. So what creatures kind of stick out, or what cards stick out as not being great? Basically everything down here is a creature. So the fact that most of our creatures are equipment, we could probably just cut most of these things. Cackler is really not good. Crawling Chorus doesn't really fit in here. I mean, Enforcer is going to be pretty good. It's a 4/4 with Vigilance basically all of the time in this deck. This is just another artifact. Lightbringers are not bad. Still have 5 more cuts. This is going to be tough cuts here. I don't think the splitter is very good. I think 1 copy might be fine. 3 copies of Bardiche? Maybe 2? Now our artifact count is going down, which means Plated Onslaught might not be as good. It's probably still good, but I think Hazardous Blast is how we're winning these games here. I'd like to keep Thrill of Possibility in. Duelist is good with equipment. Justiciar is good with all the artifacts. Engraver is just a decent card, although it's not super aggressive. Slinger just doesn't really do it, right? That's another artifact, though. Which means the Enforcer is just getting worse and worse the more we build this deck. I don't think I really want to cut any of this down here. We have so much equipment that I think 17 lands is going to be important. Just to re-equip all that stuff all the time. Do have a Dune Mover to help us as well. So I guess I cut the Enforcer. We're down to 10 creatures. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 creatures, kind of. Hoverwings being a win con, Hazardous Blast being a win con. Yeah, I think we can run a single copy of Furnace, probably. Afford 1 tap land, maybe. So, yeah, just good old red-white beats. We'll see if it has the tools needed to continue to win in the format for us. See you in game 1. Find enough hand here, we'll go ahead and keep it. Probably just going to trade off Justiciar here. No need to take 2 toxic. And if they are color screwed, then don't want to help them out. Looks like they're not. Okay, that's fine. Okay, I can play Furnace and Duelist. Or I can play Plains in one of these 2 here. Lightbringer attacks well into the long legs, so I'm going to go ahead and play Lightbringer. Another long legs, yeah. I'm going to go ahead and play Aspirate and pass. I don't want to trade a Free From Flash for 1 long legs here. Oh, they have a combat... or they have a counter spell, potentially. Ugh. And then we lose. Yeah. As long as it's your turn, Thrun has Indestructible. Okay. well, GG's, I suppose. I can't complain very much. Thrun got me a trophy in the format, so I'll take a loss to it. It's not the end of the world. If I attack here, I am trading a Free from Flesh for a Copper Longlegs. I can re-equip Gold Warden's Helm over here next turn. Makes it a 4/4, which would attack better. I guess we take 5 now. We didn't get any of the pacifism effects or anything, so Thrun will not be leaving the battlefield. Yep. Ugh. We have to race Thrun or something. I don't know how we're gonna win that race, but we have to try, I guess, right? I guess I keep the planes in hand in case I want to pitch it to the engraver. I think I have to chump the atrocity here. I mean, we're fighting an uphill battle no matter what. Yeah, I just keep playing creatures that can block. Okay, they go to 10. We still have our creatures here. We're going to go to 7. My plan is to chump the atrocity with the engraver, loot, and take 5 again. Okay, go to 7. Play another creature that is lethal. How do we win this? We're effectively at 2. I can kill this thing. I can chump this one again. All they have to do is chump with the long legs here, and I mean, it's not looking great for us, but I don't... Okay, they go to 6. Let's see if this works. They have a counterspell we have to block differently here. Okay, that did work. So then, do I chump with the 1/1 double strike or a 2/2? I can trade, I guess, here, right? Ah, they had the combat trick anyway. Are they going for it? What do they have? I have to make sure I can chump this effectively. Costs 1 less to target this. So this costs 4 and then 3 to equip to it. So that's not good enough. I have to be able to put 3 toughness in front of this. So the Mirren Bardiche thing can just chump this. And we have to take some risks here to try to win. So, well, we also have to make sure we don't die to the Copper Longlegs. So, guess we just go here. I mean, I feel like I'm giving myself the best chance to win this game. It's just difficult to do so when they have a 5/5 that can't be interacted with. I think I need to move this to give me an extra point of toughness somewhere here. I think I'm going to do it here. I have to put 4 points of toughness in front of that. Ugh. Yeah. Don't know what you do, but I'm sure it's good.
You ready, Pom-Pom-Chan? Time to put our skills to the test.
To one target you can attack or block until your next turn. Well, that sucks. Yeah, so if they do it this, I have to double chump Thrun. Which one do they activate it on? This one? Yeah, so I have to double chump here. Gosh, Thrun is so annoying. I don't think I can win here. Or survive. I mean, I can survive, I just... not doing a whole lot to progress my board state because I'm continually chumping Thrun. So if I attack here, they do this same thing here. I double chump Thrun, I take one, and I take one more, so I can't attack. Or I die, so. Time to double chump again. Potentially Hazardous Blast, if we survive this turn, might give us the win, but probably not.
Let's see you deal with this.
What does that do? Create a 2/2 when it leaves the battlefield, gain 2, lose 2. Yeah. Well, so if that leaves the battlefield, we lose the game. So Hazardous Blast is the only way, unless we can push through enough damage and just get them dead. Go to 1. Yeah, sometimes I just
I've outsmarted you this time.
return Thunder to your hand, get, yeah, so they get to make more and more and make essentially a Vigilance and... Alright, well, Hazardous Blast off the top, I guess, wins it, right?
Alright, little buddy. Let's clean up this mess.
Does that do it? Oh my god. Oh my goodness, guys. That was the only card in our entire deck that could have won the game there. That was absolutely ridiculous. Ooh, thank you all for your good mojo on that side of the screen there. I still can't get over that last game here. I'm not sure I'm ever going to have a better top deck in my entire life. So, yeah, there's that. 2, 3, 4, 5. Not bad. I would much rather be on the play, but can't always be lucky. Double Cultivator. Oh, sack and Cultivator. That's pretty good. Alright, well, it's going to be hard for us to get through. They're going to get themselves a 3-for-1 out of this at minimum. Yep. They can proliferate here, which would be pretty good. They might just need another land, though. Found another land. This will be tough here. They have some good grind in their deck, and I mean, the Hoverwings could help here. But we also have to make sure we don't die. They've got access to 5 mana if they want it. Alright, yeah, they'll just start doing that. Yeah, it's going to be difficult to grind through that. doing this so I can have attacks with Justiciar here. I mean, we have to whittle down their board somehow, and these 3/3s are just going to keep coming. Oops. So we're basically winning through Hover Wings this game because they will come up the board continually. Yeah, gain 3. Phyrexia Arena. That should give them what they need in this matchup where they're still at 20 life. Untap and then play Archfiend and then we lose. So we played against Archfiend and Thrun today. Yeah, well, sometimes you play against Archfiend, I guess. Oh, I thought it was going to give it +1. +1/+0. It did not. It already gave it +1/+0. I actually think I do need another land here because of all this re-equipping and stuff. Well, that was not the greatest of decisions. But it doesn't really matter. We're not winning here. We don't have the pacifism. We have double Volt Charge. We'd have to draw them both before this kills us, which is probably not going to happen. I mean, we've had some weird endings to games in this format in the last week or so, including the last game here, so not going to concede, but not liking my chances, that's for sure. Jeez. Well, they just have good green-black cards. Sometimes you lose to good cards. And they can untap it, play the Vorak. Yeah, I don't see a way that we're winning this at all. They have a 3/4, a 4/4, a 6/6, a 3/3. You have a 2/1 and a 2/2. No idea what to do here. I mean, I guess we're attacking here because we can. And then passing, and every time one of our creatures dies, they get, we lose 2 life. So even if we chump, we still take damage. effectively going to 8 right now. Not attacking with the Archfiend. That's probably correct. I mean, we can kill this one, lose 2 life. Kill this one. So we're losing 6 life here. Go to 8. I don't know, man. Maybe in game 2 and 3 we won't play against one of the top 5 bombs in the set, but can't be too sure with this format. Do they have the removal anyway? I don't know what I need here. Like, if I pitch this and find a Volt Charge, I can attack and kill this. Volt Charge it down, but then they still have, like, a bunch of creatures left, so... We're gonna be at, like, 6 life after all this. We'll be at 5 life here. Even Hazardous Blast won't save us this time, unfortunately. Can deal 7, but it's not good enough. You certainly won't do it. Y'all will do it even less. 3 in a row. That's about right. Alright, well, we'll finish that one there. No. No. Well, being on the draw 3 times in a row certainly doesn't help, but can't control that. So we'll keep this play Engraver on 2, decide what we'll do on 3 here. Okay. That's a pretty good draw. I think this is pretty good in a grindy black-white deck that cares about getting people corrupted and toxic and things. In red-white, it's 5 mana before you even get a 1/1 out of it. They're just going to cycle this here. Oh, that's fine, if that's what you want to be doing. I think I'll just go Lightbringer. Next turn, if we really need to Hex Gold Slash, we can, or we can just play Hoverwings here. We'll see if Lightbringer makes it out of this turn. Okay, they are sacrificing a land at 4, which is interesting. Must have had a bunch in hand. Okay, chose not to put one up there, so I'm going to do this, play Gold Warden's Helm, and I think I'm going to re-equip onto Lightbringer. It has Ward too, so they can't target it. And that gives me attacks past the Dune Mover. Okay, they've got a combat trick then. Darn. Now I wish I had held Hex Gold Slash. So that was kind of a waste of a turn, but... oh well. I thought they might have had Anoint with Affliction, in which case they couldn't have targeted Lightbringer here, so... Well, nothing else to do. Do I slash the chorus here so they don't get an extra 2 points of damage, or do I just kind of let it happen? Oh, okay. Well then now I won't do anything. And now I take 2, but we're down to just 2 here, and that sucks. Jesus Christ. Okay. Now we have to worry a little bit. Or a lot bit. I mean, I can't really do anything about that. Maybe we somehow race it. I mean, we're taking 4 more toxic next turn. So we just have to hope we can somehow outrace this. Maybe we draw a Volt Charge off the top and they can't deal with the Lightbringer or something. That's all I can think of. Got 10 lands already, so... we're dead next turn no matter what we do. We just have to find a Volt Charge or something. Well, that won't do it either, so... yeah, block, block, and die, so... yeah, when you draw that many lands and not really anything to do with it, you're not really going to win, so... alright, on the draw 4th time in a row, and I guess we're keeping. We got Dune Mover, Gold Warden's Helm. Yeah, this deck it's not very powerful. We're just trying to battle a bunch of rares with a bunch of commons here and not really succeeding, so... don't have high expectations for the remainder of the draft, but we'll try to push through and see what we can get here. Guess I'll just take Dune Mover and decline. We've got enough lands already. Serum Core Chimera. They're putting a bunch of butts in front of us, and we can't really deal with those butts, unfortunately. Guys, it's just one of those drafts, you know. Sometimes you can't really do anything about it. Did we die next turn? 4-2? Almost. Just about dead. Alright, time to race. Maybe we can win if they don't have haste. We do have a Hazardous Blast. And a Volt Charge. If they're able to get 3 oil counters on this and then remove the 4-2. Was this proliferate? That's fine. Kinsmith into Kinsmith. Just can't remove our 4-2. That's our win con right now. With Hazardous Blast in hand. We removed our 4-2. Because now we only have 8 points of damage here, so... Ah, yeah, well, they just had it all there. We weren't winning that. Unfortunate. Even if we deal 5, Volt Charge can't get the rest of it. If we Hazardous Blast, we can only deal 5 to their face. Splitter Re-Equip doesn't do anything, so yeah, GG's, I suppose. Well, that was about the quickest, most disappointing draft we could have had. We did have an insane moment there with Hazardous Blast, which, you know, produces some fun times, but then just got absolutely trounced in the other 3. Should have went 0-3 pretty quickly, but win a 1-3. You can't win them all. We were on such a good streak, you know, at the end of the day. Having a one bad draft in there is not going to ruin you. We all had bad drafts, right? Everybody goes 1-3. It is what it is. Thanks so much for tuning in for today's draft, and I will see you next time for your daily draft.